online.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's strange. I wonder what that's all about.
I don't know.
Anyway, okay. So I've got a recorder here through Skype, and then I've got another one through my phone as a backup, just to let you know what's kind of going on here.
Okay.
And so I can't see you right now.
Really?
Yeah. Do you have a video? Is your video recorder on?
I don't know. And I can see you.
You can see me. Okay.
I can see you.
Okay.
That's weird. And I don't know what to do to make you see me. Because I don't have any... Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second here. No? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear. That's great.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know why... See, I'm sliding. Let's see here. Doesn't tell me anything about what video.
That's so
It's the
weird.
first time I'm using this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's awesome.
I mean, not the first time you Skype.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, you and I Skyped on our...
I was going to say,
coaching.
we've done that before, yeah.
But I had it on my laptop. This is the first time on my iPad.
On your iPad, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be set up a little different.
So I don't know what to do about that.
You can play with it while we're going through it, the interview, that's
Okay.
fine, if you want. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
I hope we can get the video, though. That would be awesome. So just play with it if you can. So how have you been?
Good.
Yeah? Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How's it going? How does it feel to be a doctor?
It feels great, and I'm getting used to it more and more.
Good. Good. That's awesome. So, what are your classes like that you're teaching now?
I teach primarily internships.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Nope. Sorry.
That's okay. Keep playing. That's fine with me.
I'm like, where's the video? I see camera. Does that do anything? No, that's my camera. Never mind.
Yeah, they're all a little different, so I'm not sure how it will work.
I don't either. I can see you fine. Wish I knew what to do. Okay, let's see. Oh, this'll do it. Let's try this.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! Okay,
Yay.
Ta-da!
I love it. It's like
Oh, that's
magic.
Classes, yes. Okay, I am teaching primarily internships.
Okay.
So the newest thing, though, is that I am leaving Ivy Tech.
Really?
I'm going to the University of Indianapolis.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you. It just happened.
That's awesome.
Like, I just mailed the contract this morning.
That's awesome.
I gave my resignation. I'll teach through the summer and then head to UND in the fall.
Cool.
And I'll be in the social work department.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's awesome. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It was a tough decision because I'm pretty entrenched at Ivy Tech.
Yeah.
And, you know, just the money and location and stuff like that. But, you know, University of Indianapolis is one university that I said that if there was an opening there, I would pursue it. And they added another faculty position. So I start in August, and I will be doing the field practicums with the juniors and seniors, and then I'll teach a couple of other classes. So my workload will actually decrease,
Uh-huh.
and I'll have the opportunity to really get to know the students. So yeah.
That's great.
So who would have thought, you know?
Yeah, that you'd come full circle like that.
Exactly. And 2 years post-doctorate, and now I'm going to be at a university. So everybody's excited, but they were shocked today when I told it. And these next 2 months will just fly by.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, yeah,
so
totally.
are you in Indiana or are you in Arizona?
I'm in Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk more about that when the interview's done. Catch you up to speed on what's going on.
Yeah, and so what's this for? The interview.
This is for a class in the higher ed teaching class, the ed higher education.
Okay.
So EDHI, I think is what it's technically, yeah. And so I'm conducting 3 interviews with professors of different, I chose different disciplines. And then I'm recording them, of course, transcribing them, and putting them in a final project together.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you
Great.
for agreeing to this. I'm really grateful. And I'm looking to hearing, some of the responses you have. And I know that you've been at this for a long time, and it sounds like it's paying off for you. And that's very encouraging.
Good. Good.
So, they're very simple questions, and we've got an hour, and we've already started. I started from. We've already got 6 minutes in,
Okay.
so we've got some time to talk. And feel free to just kind of ad lib and add whatever you think might be needed. I've got about 15 questions here, so we can expand on those however you think, and whatever you think is important. Feel free to add. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, so my first biggest question is, why did you want to become a professor? Why was that something that was important to you?
I think like a lot of my career choices and job choices, things just kind of come to me. Like I didn't think in my head consciously, oh, I'm going to be a college professor. When I started my own business of trainings and all, that certainly wasn't on my radar. But I did start teaching as an adjunct professor as part of my self-employment. And when the opportunity presented that I needed actually to kind of have a more secured income with, I was hired at Ivy Tech as a career coach. And then an opening came up for a full-time faculty in the program that I was teaching as an adjunct, which is human services. And I went for it. So I think what made it important to me is that I saw that I could definitely utilize all of my skills that I developed as a trainer and a workshop leader and a counselor in the classroom and working with students. They're very transferable skills. And in fact, I think a lot of my counseling and facilitation skills has helped me more as an educator than learning how to write a curriculum. Because it's working with a variety of students and their diversity. And so having had client diversity over the years, there's, I don't have many classroom management issues. And I think a large part is because I learned the value of setting up a class. So what was important to me was continuing my work in transformation, but just doing it in an educational setting.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I totally hear you. And I can, after doing some of my own coaching, research and work, I can definitely see how it benefits the classroom. Like your social work background, how that directly applies to some of the issues that are going to come up in the classroom that you might not know of otherwise. Mm-hmm. And even from an educational background, you might not be aware of.
Oh, definitely. And because our program really, it's an emotive program. I mean, students are dealing with social issues.
Absolutely.
They're dealing with their own individual issues, if they have any. They're students who have become aware of some things that they need to change in their life as a result of our program.
Yeah.
So even though it's not a therapeutic program, it's educational, it does evoke an emotional response and mm-hmm. introspective work. So having, and all of our faculty are licensed therapists. So we probably foster some of that in the sense of our background and training, but we're very clear about not getting involved as a therapist, with the students. But again, going back to the transferable skills to an educational environment is nice because I do have that skill set, and I also get to put in the boundaries. And I'm not a therapist today; I'm an educator. So no, I don't want to listen to your problems.
Yeah. But how has that shaped your teaching style, or how do you hope, your social science background and your education background, how do you hope to combine those in defining your teaching style, and how do you want to use those experiences moving forward?
University doctoral program and took the class on the learning theories, and it was one of the two first classes. That's when we met.
Yes,
actually.
it is. Yeah.
And I remember reading the chapters on the different theories, and one of them was transformative learning theory. And all of a sudden, I found myself in print. I went, oh my gosh, this is what I do. And I had a psychotherapy framework, but I didn't have an educator's framework. And I just have continued to refine that learning style, I think, or learning theory, rather, and not refine it, but embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
I really embrace it. And my dissertation, I use that as my foundational theory. And I also use self-directed learning theory and Malcolm Knowles' andragogy tenets that I really believe those.
Mm-hmm.
And I think combining my social work background and my therapy background with transformational work,
Yes.
so it blended well. And I just remind my students that self-reflection and critical self-reflection, which is a component of transformative learning theory, is vital to them, staying aware of who they are and the direction that they're doing. And so I do the same thing. So going forward with it is just the continuation of embracing that theory and putting it to work. Right now, what will be going forward as I go to the University of Indianapolis, the dean that I met just last week has already started identifying some workshops that I could do for the faculty based on our interview.
Mm-hmm. And
I told her, I said, I'm a huge fan of Mesereau's work in transformative learning theory, that I love that you create an experience, you reflect on the experience, and then you find meaning in the experience. I go, it sounds so simple, and it's not. It's really deep work. And I said, I would love to maybe do a research project around how faculty stress levels get influenced by classroom face-to-face teaching. And she went, oh, that's a good one.
Absolutely.
I had actually started that one in a class in a doctoral program, and it was a research class, and the topic was way too big for the assignment.
Yeah.
The professor said, you know what, at some point you might want to revisit this topic because I've not seen anything in the literature about this. It only talks about faculty job satisfaction, faculty pay, and stress and burnout, but it doesn't measure classroom impact. And my whole thing about that is we as faculty can help transform a room.
Absolutely.
By how we arrive.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was defending my dissertation proposal and I was, harping on this, and two of my committee members just went, okay, wait a minute. You mean when you walk into the room, you really believe your students are there to learn? And I went, yes. And one said, I don't think I've ever done that.
Really?
Yeah. And I went, well, how sad, before I could stop myself.
Yeah.
I went, how sad? Because, and they didn't get it. Now, my other two committee members got it right away, and they just sat back and let the dialogue happen. And what I kept emphasizing was, it's not about the student. It's about me. How am I arriving in the classroom? How am I showing up that can create an experience with the students? We always focus on what are the students doing. They didn't do their homework. They didn't show up for class. They didn't la 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 la. What are we doing? So when I did a little small version of that with the dean last week, and she went, oh, I would really like to talk about that some more.
Well, and that makes so much sense because in a counseling and coaching, from a counseling and coaching perspective, we're always asking our clients to work on themselves and asking them, well, how are you bringing yourself out into the world? What are you doing? What can you work on? So why wouldn't we assume the same responsibilities for ourselves, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. And that also came out of my dissertation because I worked with life coaches for my participants.
Uh-huh.
And, just saw such a blend between, and really saw a blend between life coaching and education.
Yeah.
And got to connect those learning theories to those two disciplines.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the outcomes of the study.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, so much to explore there. You're going to have so much fun, and it sounds like you're going to be developing so many great programs, and they're programs that really touch you on a level that's at your core. And then it sounds like you're very excited then to bring that out to other people, where before you might not have been able to really do that on the level that could also fulfill you at the same time.
Right.
You know, which
Yeah.
is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because in the last year, I've been saying, okay, what's next? You know, I do a lot of the work with the laughter therapy work and kind of put that on hold, even though I still use a lot of humor and laughter in my daily work. But to actually go back out and start teaching and training in that area, and what I'm finding emerging is exactly what you just summarized, is that it really is about helping faculty not burn out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before it was